Well, howdy.
Howdy doody.
Luke, we are back in Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater HD Collection Master Collection Volume 1. And we are getting the Fashionista achievement. Luke, how do you think we get this achievement?
I think we have to be the most fashionable snake that's ever existed.
There is a boss where he challenges you to a catwalk off, kind of like Zoolander, and you have to best him. This achievement is for getting all the camo in the game. There's like 13 of them.
Oh.
There's a couple disguises, but the game gives you 2 of them automatically. And other than that, you got to find all these camos or earn them by. But spoiler alert: you got to get most of these camos by depleting a boss's stamina. So not killing them, but depleting their stamina with like a tranq gun, or I think stun grenades might work hand to hand. This first one is the Raindrop uniform in the iconic Dolanova Dondono area with the rope bridge. All these are found in Operation Snake Eater, by the way. So this is not the Virtuous mission. We've moved on. This is the main game. And Raindrop works well in places where it's raining, believe it or not.
Okay.
This next one is just past Rasovet, the big brick building that you spend quite a bit of time in. This is the swamp, and this is the far end of the swamp. So when you come in, swim across the swamp onto this side, and turn around, and on your left, you get the Gakko uniform. This one makes it so the keratins, the little frogs that you find, you can hear them.
Looks like pajamas.
But if you need help finding any of those frogs, we made a guide. That's right. In 2024, someone made a guide on all the collectibles in Metal Gear Solid 3, and it's us.
Oh, I remember.
There are 2 camos to be found in this level, the Choco Chip and the Splinter, I think. Pretty unremarkable uniforms. They help in like forest and desert areas. So.
What would you say is your favorite uniform?
Oh, man. There's one called the Fly uniform, and it makes you stinky, and it makes guards like hesitant to like check out an area that you might be in. I like that one.
That's good. Yeah. I like that.
The sneaking suit is pretty cool. Yeah, I guess one of those 2.
Okay.
But again, this is still pretty early on in the game. And these uniforms, for the most part, they just increase your stealth in like specific areas. If you have the easy gun, it's not really an issue because it makes your stealth 80% automatically.
And can you get these on any difficulty?
You can get the uniforms on any difficulty. I should also point out that at the beginning of the game, it asks you what your favorite Metal Gear game is, and depending on your answer, you get different uniforms. If you beat the game, you get all the uniforms, including the tuxedo. So it doesn't really matter what you pick. I recommend picking Metal Gear Solid 2 because it gives you a mask, which makes your life easier, like mid-game. But if you pick 3, you get some camos that are good in very specific areas, some face paints that help a little bit. So, I mean, pick whatever you want. Just make sure you beat the game and find all of these in one go. This next one is this is like the first base you kind of come across with like an armory and a cafeteria and stuff like that. But on the roof of this base is the water uniform. Luke, where do you think the water uniform is helpful?
I think it's when I'm dancing in the rain.
Yeah, it's funny they give you a raindrop uniform and a water uniform.
Yeah.
But hey, you know, a suit for every occasion, I guess.
Also, who put their uniform on top of that building?
I don't know. That's a good question. Who would leave it up there in the rain?
Yeah.
So this is our first boss fight that we have to kill someone non-lethally. It is Ocelot, and when you drop down into this cave, the animal uniform will you can pick it up right there. I lightened up this footage. It'll be very dark in here, but this is where it is, right next to you.
Oh,
so don't miss that. Animal does something with animals. I can't remember what.
Good for talking to animals.
Yeah. It's something like I think like animals that attack you are more hesitant to attack you, and maybe like give you more stamina when you eat them. I don't remember.
Oh.
Anyways, so this is we've made it through the majority of the cave, but it is right before we fight the pain boss. There's a fork in the road. They want you to go left. We're gonna go right, and we're gonna crawl through this cave. I think this is the snow uniform. There's also a gun that'll be right here. I think it's a shotgun. Very, very handy if you're going for a lethal playthrough.
Oh yeah.
We are not.
Then I started blasting.
Yeah. But not us. We're tranking. So then I started tranking. And the uniform is right here. Snow. Oh, God, I'm so good at this game. No snow in this game. There is a little bit of snow up on the top of the mountain, but like it's off in a corner somewhere. And
you're like, might as well just pick it up and put it away.
Not useful, Snake. Not useful.
Yeah.
And so this is after the pain boss fight, the guy that shoots the bees at you. He would be a very effective boss against me. I'm very allergic to bees.
He would.
I would die immediately. But when you kill him non-lethally, you get the Hornet Stripe uniform, which makes bees like it. The description is you can tame bees. I've never actually tried it. Maybe I'll go back and
maybe
try that.
you need this uniform in real life so you can tame bees to fight for you.
Maybe. I'll look into it. I'll see what I can do. This is the Fly uniform. We are in Grozny Grad Weapons Lab, and up on the second floor, in the second bathroom on your right, there is 3 stalls, and the last one is locked. You can't open it, so you gotta kick the door down. So I think you need 3 full CQC combos on it, and the door will knock you down.
Knock you down.
You will get the Fly uniform, and it makes you stinky flies fly around you, and has little poops on it. It's very cute.
Wow.
And if guards like hear you and they start to approach you,
oh my gosh,
they'll be all like, never mind. So this is after the Fear boss fight, the guy who climbs around and is invisible. He drops the Spider camo. And this makes your camo index automatically 80% again, but it depletes your stamina really quick. Kind of cool. If you were playing on like not a very easy, where you have the easy gun mode, it would be a little more helpful. But
but not us.
Not us. We play on very easy. And this is the end boss fight. You should stamina deplete him, but in order to get his camo, you have to hold him up. Specifically, I found out with a lethal weapon.
Oh, so you can't.
He won't drop it if you hold him up with a trank gun. I didn't know that.
Oh.
So it has to be a real boy gun. And you have to sneak up on him, which is pretty hard to do. But if you wait for his stamina to drop a little bit, I think he's a little less aware. And he'll fall asleep if you wait long enough.
Nice.
So there's lots of little tricks. He's an old man. He needs a nap.
I like, again, that he starts to wiggle.
Yeah. There's a little wiggle.
I like it. It reminds me of when we used to shake down the soldiers for the dog tags.
No, I miss that. I miss collecting dog tags. So anyways, after 3 shimmies, he will drop his uniform, and then he'll drop a stun grenade. Not that really matters, but just make sure you pick up the moss uniform. Gives you 100% camo in mossy areas.
Oh.
So, yeah, pretty handy. There's only a couple mossy areas. This is another boss fight, the Fury boss fight. He's the guy who shoots flamethrowers at you, and if you kill him non-lethally, right where you exit the building, will be the Fire uniform. This halves your damage taken from fire and explosives.
Wow, that's kind of handy.
Yeah, pretty handy if you're gonna get blown up a lot.
Yep, I plan to in this game.
And it's red, so any red areas you'll blend in a little bit better. Okay, so this is kind of an automatic one. Once you capture Rykov and shove him in a locker, he will drop the uniform. Also, the Scientist is automatically given to you. I forgot to record it, but it's story. You get it. It'll be given to you.
No reason.
So don't miss it. You can't. So this is after you escape from prison, and there's like a Sorrow boss fight. You don't fight him. You just walk to the end of the river, and this will be automatically dropped into your inventory, the Spirit camo. It makes your footsteps lighter, and when you hold a guard from behind, it drains their stamina and gives it back to you.
Wow.
Kind of cool.
I know.
So we are back in Groznygrad, where we got the uniform from Rykov. If you go back to the locker that you shoved Rykov in, and the locker across from him, there are 2 uniforms in here. One is the maintenance outfit, which is like a civilian one. It lets you blend in like the kind of maintenance-y area, which is right here. And the other one is the sneaking suit. It halves all damage, I think.
Oh, so you can't get these when you show up the first time? You got to come back?
Yeah, they won't be here the first time.
Oh, okay.
I think there's other stuff in the lockers. And so it's the second one on the left, and then almost the last one on the right with the red stripe. Those are the 2 lockers.
Oh.
And the sneaky suit, very cool suit. You get a white version of it at the end of the game called Snake.
The Snake suit?
Yeah. Snake does something like crazy. Maybe that's the one that has all the damage. I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of uniforms to keep track of. All right, so here we are at the Volgan boss fight. You have to, again, defeat him non-lethally, which is kind of tough to do. He's a tough guy. But he will give you the Cold War uniform, which makes Russian soldiers less likely to attack you. So they see that hammer and sickle, and they're like, oh, man, that's one of us.
Comrade.
Also, you get a little bit of time there at the end of the boss fight to pick it up, but not a lot. So make sure you
be quick.
Then the final uniform we're going to get is for defeating the boss fight. Non-lethally, again, and she will drop the Snake uniform. Again, you don't have a lot of time to pick up this.
I already see it. It was cutting out right there, yeah.
So make sure you're kind of close to her. You're on your way. And then at the end of the game, you won't get the achievement until the end of the game. because you got to unlock like the tuxedo and all the other uniforms that they give you. But once you do, you will unlock Fashionista 30 gamer score.
Beautiful.
Yeah. You don't need to get the stealth camo to get this achievement. That's not a uniform. But if you would like to know how to get the stealth camo, you can watch our keratin guide. All 64 keratins will give you the stealth camo and 3 achievements if you follow the guide. So make sure you do that.
Yeah, go check that out.
Baba Booey, Baba Booey.